So ADA has dropped by over 8%, and this is following this move to the upside where we ended up tapping into this region that I set out previously, and here you can see that we ended up reaching this level at 93.73 cents. And so it's possible that we have two scenarios in play, like I mentioned in my previous update, where one of which could be that we are still within this third wave, given that I'm tracking a 5-wave structure. So if I just change the color of this just so it's not confusing. So within this third wave here, I'm currently tracking a 5-wave structure, where it's possible that we are within this fifth wave. And this fifth wave would also be made up of 5 waves. And so if I remove this, it's possible that we ended up completing this third wave at the local top at 93.73 cents. And then we have this wave 4 that's playing out right now, which could have potentially formed. And then we have the wave 5 to play out to then complete the fifth wave, which in turn will then complete this third wave here. And then we'll have the wave 4 and 5 that will play out in the days to come. And for this scenario to take place, what we need is for ADA to hold its position that's currently in at the moment and not cross this level here at 83.72 cents. Given that within a 5-wave structure, what you can't have is the wave 4 cross the wave 1 or the wave 2 origin, like so. And yeah, if that's the case, then it's possible that we ended up completing the third wave at 93.73 cents. And then we are potentially within this fourth wave to the downside. And then we'll see the wave 5 play out in the days to come. So if I remove this and check to see what's actually taking place within this corrective move to the downside, what I'll do is I'll go down to the 5-minute chart. And it looks like we had a corrective move play out where we had a WXY structure. So if I bring in the fib tool, and here you can see that the X wave ended up reaching 90.96 cents. So if I bring this to over here, and so the Y wave will typically retrace anywhere between 1 to 1.226. And so that region sits between 82.33 cents to 83.91 cents. And so there is still a little bit more room to the downside. But you can also see that we ended up reaching the minimum requirement, which is the 0.618 level. And that level sits at 86.54 cents. And so it's possible that the Y wave is complete, and then we see that push to the upside, where we can then begin to track that wave 5. So if I go back to the 4-hour chart, if we ended up completing the wave 4, then it's possible that we are now within this fifth wave, which would typically retrace anywhere between 1.226 to 1.618 of the wave 4. So if I bring in the fib tool, and you can see that ADA has the potential to reach anywhere between 95.79 cents to 99.21 cents. And that would then complete this fifth wave here, which in turn would then complete this fifth wave, and that would then complete the third wave. And then again, we'll see the wave 4 and 5 that will play out in the days to come. Now, if we do end up going deeper towards this region here, whilst at the same time bringing this level, then that would then mean that we ended up completing the third wave. And then we have this wave 4 that's playing out, and then we get to see that fifth wave that will play out in the days to come, where that fifth wave will then tap into this region here, which will be slightly adjusted if we go slightly deeper. But ultimately, we end up tapping into this region, and it's possible that we then break the $1 mark, given that the wave 5 would tend to go deeper depending on how deep the wave 4 goes. And so if we reach the minimum target, so here you can see that we have the potential to reach $1. And if we reach the maximum target, we have the potential to go slightly deeper towards $1.01, for example. And so, yeah, we need further confirmation as to whether or not we are within this wave structure or the previous one where we're still within this third wave. So one of the confirmations that we need is for ADA to break past the X wave, which is this level here at 90.96 cents. And then the second confirmation that we need is for ADA to break past this level here at 93.72 cents. And that then mean that we ended up bottoming out at around 85.5 cents. And yeah, we're now within that fifth wave, where that fifth wave will then form the bigger wave 3. So yeah, if I go on the hourly chart, what you can see is the bulls currently have the momentum. So I am looking at for the bulls to continue to drive the price of ADA towards high highs, where we then break past this local top at 90.96 cents. And the same can be said on the 4-hour chart, where we are within the oversold conditions. So again, I am looking at for the bulls to regain control of the market and drive the price of ADA towards high highs. But it's also possible that we see that move to the downside where we tap into this region. And if that's the case, that will then complete the fourth wave. And then we see that final push to the upside to then complete the bigger fifth wave. And then I will be looking out for that bigger retracement to the downside, where we can see a 50 to 88.2% retracement of the bigger wave structure. So yeah, that's just my update on Cardano ADA. Hopefully you found this useful, and if you did, then feel free to hit that like button, and if you're new, feel free to subscribe. Take it easy, people. Peace.